Visual effects push the boundaries of what we see on screen.
Their work makes the impossible seem possible.
With breathtaking ambition, they create magic that wraps its arms around our wildest imagination.
She does not want to be on that stage with Gal Gadot. And there's Gal Gadot right there. Right? Gal Gadot's just doing her job, just presenting and being a pro. Being a professional. Now you got this dummy over here, Rachel Zegler. Doesn't want to be there. They told her, hey, you got to go up there. We got to promote this movie. We want this Snow White.
The 2025 Academy Awards were meant to be a night of celebration, but for Snow White co-stars Gal Gadot and Rachel Zegler, the tension was impossible to ignore. As the two arrived at the Dolby Theater, they walked the red carpet separately, setting the stage for a moment that left fans stunned. For months, rumors of a rift between the actresses had been circulating. It all began when Rachel made controversial comments about the original Snow White, calling it outdated and emphasizing that the remake would be a more modern take. While some fans supported her stance, others felt she was dismissing the legacy of the beloved classic. Among those rumored to be displeased was Gal Gadot, who portrays the evil queen in the film. She had remained silent, until now, on the red carpet. Gal turned heads in a bold red Prada gown, while Rachel opted for a nude-colored Dior dress. But the real shock came when Gal was asked about Snow White. Instead of the usual diplomatic praise, she made a pointed remark about respecting tradition and how some people like to rewrite history. Though brief, her words sent shockwaves through the crowd. Fans immediately speculated that she was calling out Rachel's earlier comments, and social media erupted with reactions. While some applauded Gal for standing up for the classic film, others criticized her for seemingly shading her younger co-star. With Snow White just weeks away from release, this growing tension between its leading ladies couldn't have come at a worse time. But the drama didn't stop there. What happened next took an even more dramatic turn, one that reportedly cost Rachel millions. According to sources, Rachel was set to earn an estimated $3.5 million from a series of high-profile interviews organized by Disney, including appearances on ABC programs, Vanity Fair, and IMDb. However, many of these interviews were abruptly canceled. And the reason? Gal Gadot. The Wonder Woman star reportedly refused to participate in the 2-on-1 interview formats, leading to Disney pulling the plug on several planned press events. Why? Would one of Hollywood's top actresses make a decision that cost her co-star millions? And what does this mean for the future of Snow White? Stay tuned as we break down the full story, from behind-the-scenes clashes to the public fallout shaking. Disney's power structure. And the reason? Gal Gadot. The Wonder Woman star reportedly refused to participate in the 2-on-1 interview formats, leading to Disney pulling the plug on several planned press events. Why? Would one of Hollywood's top actresses make a decision that cost her co-star millions? And what does this mean for the future of Snow White? Stay tuned as we break down the full story, from behind-the-scenes clashes to the public fallout shaking. Disney's power structure.
Snow White is gonna be taken back into the editing room, and all the shots of the 7 dwarves are gonna be cut because they weren't 7 dwarves. There was so much backlash, and it's been enduring for so many months that they are now subtracting all of those actors and putting in CGI dwarves.
This is a disaster.
Anything that's sort of like they're trying to do a new version of an old Disney cartoon, the Disney cartoon always wins.
Yeah, this political correctness and this just to be, it's terrible.
I don't understand what they're trying.
I mean, are you going to take your kid to see this?
Probably, yeah.
I'm not.
You're going to pass on this because of this whole controversy now.
What does this feud mean for their careers and Disney's upcoming projects? Stick around to find out. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest Hollywood drama. This is Washed Forant, where we bring you the inside scoop on the entertainment industry's biggest controversies. At the center of this storm are Snow White co-stars Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen, and Rachel Zegler, the film's lead. The tension between these two talented but increasingly divided actresses has been brewing for months. Reports suggest their feud has escalated to the point of impacting both the film's production and Disney's marketing strategy. Insiders claim that Disney urged Rachel to take down several of her social media posts, particularly those deemed controversial or divisive. However, Rachel refused to comply, insisting on standing by her statements. The situation worsened when she shared the trailer online, along with a Free Palestine message, an especially sensitive move given that her co-star, Gal Gadot, is Israeli. That single post was like pouring gasoline on an already raging fire. Sources close to the matter say that Gal's decision to distance herself from Rachel, both personally and professionally, was deliberate. Now, Disney has been the king of blockbusters for years, but lately, the studio has been facing major challenges. And at the heart of their troubles, Snow White. The live-action remake, originally set for a March 2025 release, is shaping up to be a crucial test of whether Disney can maintain its magic touch, or if it's losing its grip. Let's talk numbers, because Disney is sinking some serious cash into this film. Over $300 million. That's an enormous investment, and with that kind of money on the line, you'd expect everything to be running smoothly. But instead, disaster. The production has reportedly been plagued by issues, leading to extensive reshoots. The cinematic, equivalent of redoing a massive school project because the first attempt didn't work out. With behind-the-scenes drama spiraling out of control, an uncertain marketing strategy, and a rising tide of public backlash, Disney's Snow White Remake is becoming one of Hollywood's most closely watched disasters. Will the studio be able to turn things around, or is this film doomed to become one of their biggest flops?
And if you thought that Disney was going to salvage this film after all the backlash that it received about the direction it was going in remaking the 1937 classic, you were wrong. And then we got photos of what was going on with Snow White during filming, and we got a look at the 7 dwarves, except they weren't the 7 dwarves anymore. They were the 7 magical creatures, or as I like to refer to them, the 7 magical diversity hires. And if you thought that somehow in this new editing process, Disney was going to be able to make a cut that was less feminist girl boss, I don't think they did, because a clip of the Whistle While You Work song that is featured in Snow White has been released and compared to the 1937 version. Let's listen to it.
Now you wash the dishes. Now you wash the dishes. You tidy up the room. You tidy up the room. You clean the fireplace.
It's no small issue when a studio pours hundreds of millions into a film, only to have it derailed by behind-the-scenes drama. And that's exactly what's happening with Snow White. Gal Gadot, the fierce evil queen, and Rachel Zegler, the supposedly sweet Snow White, are not playing nice. Their feud has gotten so intense that it's not only affecting the film's schedule, but also throwing Disney's marketing strategy into complete chaos. Imagine this. Disney had everything perfectly lined up. A massive marketing blitz, exclusive interviews, major talk show appearances. Gal and Rachel were set to be the faces of the campaign, building hype for the film. But then, boom, Gal pulled out. Just like that, no more joint interviews. And since the media wanted both stars together, not a solo act, the entire promotional plan collapsed. For Rachel, this was a huge blow. She was expected to make around $3 million from these appearances, but with the campaign scrapped, that payday vanished into thin air. And while the money loss stings, the bigger issue is the missed opportunity. These interviews aren't just casual chats. They're a launchpad for actors, a chance to cement their place in Hollywood. For Rachel, this was supposed to be her big moment, her chance to shine. Instead, she's left watching that moment slip away. With tensions at an all-time high and Disney scrambling to salvage the film's reputation, the Snow White remake is shaping up to be one of the studio's biggest PR nightmares. The question is, can they recover? Or is this the beginning of another Hollywood disaster?
Boom. Snow White movie looks like the budget is going to come in just about $300 million. That is so much money for Disney to go out and spend on an absolute flop. Let's not forget that the Snow White movie has probably the most annoying actress in Rachel Zegler.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time.
They replaced the 7 dwarfs with 7 bandits of all different races and orientations, and they got rid of Prince Charming. Instead, they just made some dude who hangs out with the bandits. Snow White is about to be another $150 million loss for Disney. Keep up.
It's like stumbling at the start of a marathon. Rachel Zegler now has to tread carefully because her next moves are crucial if she wants to recover. But she's not the only one feeling the pressure. This feud isn't just personal, it's sending shockwaves through all of Disney. The studio has to be asking itself, is this the new normal? Are we going to face this level of drama every time? Disney has been pushing for change, putting a major emphasis on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. On paper, it sounds like a step in the right direction, but in reality, the response has been divisive. Some fans fully support the effort, while others accuse Disney of prioritizing politics over